Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the latest edition of the Pause Spot. I am your host, Andre C. Joining me over here, as always, or almost always, is AWS. How you doing, sir?
Well, it's gonna be always now. I mean,
You never
that one
know.
October of working. Poor me. I'm doing good. Can't complain. The weather sucks, but
Not
last
if you're a
night
penguin.
was
Not if
last
you're a
night was a
penguin.
lot of fun. Went to the Grindstone for Mixtape Improv's last show of the year. It
Could
was a lot of
have.
fun. Got to see a lot of cool people.
We had plans. I'm kidding. It's all good. Thumbs up to
Yeah,
the grindstone.
it was a great show. Thank you,
Thumbs up
Andreas.
to the grindstone. Thumbs down to Andreas.
Yeah, that's about our usual thoughts on that. Yeah, no, the show was great. And the show I went to on Wednesday night was also pretty cool. If you don't know what I'm saying,
It's the Rumble to remember that we're here to talk about. Yes, this past Wednesday, as if you're seeing this as we release it, it is Saturday. It is Saturday.
Sunday.
No, it's Saturday. Trust me, it's Saturday.
Oh, okay.
If you're watching this on release, it is Saturday, and we went to the Rumble to remember this past Wednesday night. The final CWE event in Edmonton for this year. They will be coming back in February, 2 days before AWS's birthday.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought we had a really fun night out. The horde came out in full force.
Everyone was there.
Myself, AWS, Melball was there. Nate, on sadly Andreas, Emma was there. Mike, Eric, the whole Cody and his daughter Sage. We had Carson and Faisal there too, dude. Everybody was there, and it was a great time.
Yeah, the whole horde in full force. It was really awesome.
Mm-hmm. We were hoarding out, baby.
Yeah, and it was a great show. It's CWE's final show of the year, emanating from the Norwood Legion, featuring TNA X Division champion, former X Division and world champion, Austin Aries.
Yeah.
He was such a cool guy.
I think he's also a former ROH world champion. I think.
Yeah, he is ROH champion.
Actually, I think he's the one that Joe took it off of before Joe did that super long run with it.
Yeah, that does sound right.
Yeah, I think he's
also former played,
or maybe he's the one that beat Joe for it. Maybe I can't remember.
Yeah, he also played Suicide in TNA once. That was pretty cool. Definitely the least of his. Oh, also, no, you know what's much more important than formerly played Suicide? He was a former ref in Wrestlicious.
Yes, that was my highlight. We went up to the table. We were chatting with one Austin Aries, and we were chatting. I'm like, I have to ask you a question. He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, how did you become a ref in Wrestlicious? And he laughed. He got a chuckle out of that one because I don't think he's expecting anyone to ask him about Wrestlicious
of all things.
Yeah, because come on, who asked somebody about Wrestlicious? I only asked him that because a couple weeks ago on the 40-hour X stream over Love Wrestling, Big Bad Boris and me watched through episodes 6 through 13 of Wrestlicious, and in the last couple episodes, A Double was in there as a referee. So it was just, it was so cool. It comes off like such a jerk, like the way his persona is and stuff. But he's such a nice dude, like
super nice
guy. I was so, it was so nice to talk to him. Talked to him when we met him before the show, and actually we got to chat with him for a minute after the show. And yeah, I just found it. Austin Aries is the one to dethrone Samoa Joe after his 645-day ROH championship reign.
Very cool. Yeah, so your highlight was asking him about his ref time in Wrestlicious. My highlight was he put me in a Kimura, and that was actually pretty sick.
That was pretty sick, yeah.
Yeah. Would have preferred Last Chancery, but he was in street clothes. He was no way he was doing that.
I think he could. I believe he could, but
he absolutely could if he wanted to. He just didn't.
I don't think he was warmed up quite yet. I don't think he had been stretching yet. That's what I believe.
Yeah. Man's got to stretch.
Let's
talk about the show.
Yeah, I think we should get into it. I think we should talk some professional wrestling. So yeah, as we said, wrong setup there. There's the setup.
There we go.
The Rumble to Remember tour from Edmonton, Alberta. I think that's I have the right graphic. Let's see if I got the right graphic. I did.
Yeah, no, you can see it's the right graphic because in the bottom right corner of that poster, there's us.
Yeah, it's Strong Style Chronicles and the pop spot there in the bottom right.
It's Mel Ball's show pissing in a ring.
Oh, she's the pop bottle being spilled in our ring. What it is. It's the Strong Style Chronicles beverage is being spilled in our pop spot ring. Come on. Don't be gross.
Yeah.
Don't be gross.
You're the one that said it.
I did not.
Or it was Mel Ball. Mel Ball may have said it.
Mel Ball, I'm the one that made the graphic or put the graphics together. I just couldn't center it properly. It just looked weird.
It's fine.
Trust me, the way I did it looks less offensive than the way it looked when I originally had it. Let's just say that.
Fair. I believe you on that.
Let's say that. But yeah, so we're gonna kick it off with the first match of the show. It was Big Jesse Youngblood taking on the pissed off Pitbull, Robbie Royce. My God.
He didn't have his CWE 123 approved.ca hardcore championship.
He did not. Last time he did, but he didn't this time. So we kind of KO'd this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I started a neuter the Pitbull chant, and he got angry at. He did not like that. And he kept yelling at me, yelling at us throughout the night. Look who's neutered now, and we'd be like, you. And it was just
it fits so much better with Robbie than it did with Kato.
It worked with Kato because he's a cat.
It did, but I don't know. I think it's just that Robbie acknowledged it more.
Yeah. Jesse getting a beautiful corner splash at one point. That's beautiful corner splash. Robbie slamming Jesse's knee into the apron and the ring post at the dirty tactics, working over the knee. The best knee work I've ever seen in my life. Robbie pulls the knee pad off of the knee and just starts punching him in the side of the knee.
We love
that. Emma, Tuesday's down for me. He said he really needed that.
All-time classic from Emma.
Oh, that was I started laughing at that. That was so good.
Very good.
Yeah, Robbie crotching himself when he comes running him for like what's the Bronco Buster in the corner?
And he crotches himself on the middle.
Crotches himself in the corner. Jesse fires up, hits it with a bunch of moves, hits a running splash for 2. Andreas then yells, "Not all dogs go to heaven," as Jesse pulls Robbie off the top and hits with the Jesse driver for the win.
Yeah, the "not all dogs go to heaven" line. I mean, come on. Of course, Andreas would reference a movie of that caliber. It is a fun movie.
Don't you disrespect?
No, it's a fun movie. It is. Is the first one the one with the big lipped alligator? Or is the second one?
I didn't know there was a second one.
There is a sequel. I just don't remember if the big lipped alligator is in the first one or the second one.
Oh, it's been a long time, dude. I haven't watched that since I was a little kid.
It's a good movie. I'll give it that. My one highlight is Jesse dodging a WCW. So he runs outside and Robbie runs around the ring. Then Robbie slides in. Jesse goes to slide in, and Robbie wants to go give him the old Hulk Hogan in Japan axe bomber. The Akshibumba. And
no, he gives him the Jimmy the King. He tries to go for the Jimmy the King.
Yeah, he tries to crown him. Yeah, good point. He does try to crown him, but Jesse dodges out of the way before he can crown him. That was a fun little sequence I liked. But so it was a pretty good match. Yeah, no, like 2 big men. I find it sad that they called Robbie Royce a super heavyweight on the official Instagram post, because like he's not a super heavyweight. Heavyweight I can take.
It's the chain. It's his chain.
Oh yeah, no, it's like how you can consider Scotty Ace a super heavyweight if you include his hat.
Scotty Ace's hat is magic, so there's a whole different thing there. Scotty Ace's hat is like Thor's hammer.
Yeah, only he can lift the thing.
I'm worthy enough to carry it to the back for him,
Yeah.
but that's all I'm worthy. I'm not worthy enough to wear it though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Good match though. Good match for this to start off.
Yeah, very good match. So we move on to our second match of the show, and it is the tag team contest. It is the Gas City Grapplers, Cody Mack, and our boy Kamikaze. Woo! Taking on Danny Duggan, the man with the, as I wrote, fuck the longest entrance, and I hate it. And his tag team partner, who actually I do enjoy, Ronnie Attitude.
I wrote in every time Danny Duggan was in my notes, instead of saying Danny Duggan, I just wrote American Dickhead. So it was like, yeah, the Gas City Grapplers versus Ronnie Attitude and American Dickhead.
Cam hitting Danny running away from Cam early on and from Cody. He does not want to mess with Cody.
Yeah, he's been feuding with Cody for like the past 2 years.
Yeah. Cam gets a nice spine buster. Cody slams Ronnie, and tags King Cam. They hit a beautiful tope atomico over the top rope. Cam with a beautiful shotgun style drop kick, sending him running into the corner. Then runs up, hits a monkey, flips him out of the corner for 2.
Yeah, that's the rubber band man combo.
There
The
you
shotgun drop kick into kick up into monkey flip.
The rubber man combo. Ronnie gets a very nice Fujiwara armbar using Cam's arm as his penis.
Yeah. When you pointed that out, I just couldn't stop laughing for like a minute.
Because he's pulling back and he's like standing and he's going like at like Cody in the corner.
Yeah, no, I completely forgot about it because I was getting ready for the show and I was looking at my notes. I'm like, what the heck is Ronnie Attitude Penis Fujiwara? I'm like, okay, that makes sense. What a great show.
I'm broken. Keep going.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'll keep going. So we slowly build to the hot tag. Cam gets knocked down for a while. We eventually build to the Cody Mack hot tag. He gets in the ring and he tears. As I wrote in my notes, he tears Duggan a new site for a new oil rig. We get Cody beating down on Danny for a little bit before Danny runs off and grabs Ronnie. Ronnie tags in and runs into like the biggest spine buster Cody Mack has ever hit. It was brutal looking, and the sound that came off of it was wow. And we get the finishing sequence. Danny decides, actually, you know what? I don't want any of this. So he
tries to use a flag at first.
Yeah, he missed.
He tried to hit Cody with the flag, missed, and then Cody got a hold of the flag, and that's where Danny ran to the floor.
Yeah, he ran away like the American coward he is. Ronnie ran into the ring and immediately ran into a spear from Cody. And after the spear from Cody, Cam gets up to the top rope, hits the massive Camton bomb for the 3 and the big win for the Gas City Grapplers. Real feel-good moment for these two. They didn't really get the real, like, Danny ran away before he could get any comeuppance, though, but at least they got Ronnie. It was a very fun contest.
Yeah, again, I was a big fan here. I'm a big fan of Cody Mack. Got the shirt here, but yeah,
I've got this shirt.
The Gas City Grapplers, great tag team. Big fan of Kamikaze too. I've been
absolutely
for
every time Cam.
Decade and a half, I've been a fan of Kamikaze, but yeah,
he was on the first RCW card I ever saw way back in 2013. That was back when he had the mask and the two mohawks.
So those that are my friends that look on my Facebook, there's a picture of me and a guy in a Spider-Man mask.
Yeah,
at the CWE show. That's Kamikaze.
Yeah,
I showed it to him at one point, and he went, "Holy crap!" It was like, "Yeah, this is." I said it was like post show. He had already pulled his other mask off, so he was just wearing a Spider-Man mask, but he's got a Kamikaze hat on. So,
yeah, very fun picture.
Yeah. So we move on to the CWE Championship.
Yeah.
It is scheduled for one fall.
All the falls.
There you go. AJ Sanchez challenging the current CWE champion, chiseled Chad Daniels.
It's the battle of the shoulders versus the boulder.
And that boulder rolling across Gavin's microphone cord.
That was so funny. And he had to like get on his knees essentially to keep announcing him.
Because that is AJ's normal way to enter a ring. He kind of log rolls his way in, but he starts log rolling on the cord.
The mic
and
cord,
as he's getting closer to Gavin, it's pulling the mic, like it's pulling it tight. So Gavin had to literally get down on his knees. Oh, it was really good.
It was so funny.
Chad called me Bastion Booger. I don't see it, but Andreas did, I guess.
I mean, Andreas sees a lot of things. I think that you are.
With those glasses, he has a lot of correction. I don't even think they've corrected his eyes enough.
Yeah, like on Bastion Booger is like a 2.5, and Andre's like an 8 on the sex scale. So it's like,
I'm not even close to that. I'm like a 4.5, maybe.
Oh, you're too modest, my friend.
Oh, I'm very modest. The never ready Chad Daniels is avoiding AJ on the outside early match because he started saying never ready at him. That was actually a fun little.
And then he said always ready, and I was like, hey, gimmick infringement.
So, I think best spot of this whole match was Chad Daniels. It flips, rolls through an arm ringer, and does the kip up.
Yep.
And he gets the arm ringer on to AJ.
Yep.
So AJ does the roll. He's on the mat, goes to kip up. Can't quite. So calls Cam the ref over.
Yeah.
Grabs Cam's hand and kips up using both Cam and.
God, that was awesome.
Oh my God, I loved it so much.
I love that entire sequence where Chad does the lucha, the kip up thing, and then immediately you're like, hey, I want to see AJ do that. And then immediately AJ does that.
Yeah. There's a spot where Chad goes like a cross body off the second rope and just bounces off of AJ.
That was my favorite spot of the match. That was so good.
AJ fights off the chiseled choke. AJ catches Chad, but he fights out, hits a drop kick. AJ does eventually get later in the match gets his dusty punches and the bionic elbow. AJ gets a hip attack in the corner, then a choke slam, but the ref counts 3. But then he sees that Chad got his foot on the ropes, so the ref calls off the bell.
Damn, so close.
This is where Chad ends up removing a turnbuckle. The ref gets distracted, and AJ runs into the exposed turnbuckle. Chad up to the top, super Os cutter off the top, and Chad gets the win. And then sneakily goes and puts the turnbuckle back on.
Yep. My other favorite spot of this match is AJ does the dusty elbow, then he goes for a corner splash, and after the corner splash, Chad he sits down in the corner. Then to set up for the cannonball, or to set up for the big hip attack, AJ does a Dark Souls combat roll back into the other corner. It was so good. God, I love that. I love that.
AJ Sanchez. I'm rocking my AJ my new AJ Sanchez shirt. Gotta rock my AJ Sanchez. But absolutely tremendous. Like you look at a guy of his size, you can kind of feel the same way with guys like Jesse. For as big as they are, they move like you wouldn't believe. And I know he had major injuries in his career, and the way he can still move and the way he does is crazy. And I remember he used to have a partner, I want to say Kevy Chevy, another big dude, but dude flew. The dude could fly.
Yeah.
As a big man. But it's crazy. Like AJ used to do, I used to want to see AJ go over the top rope and shit. So back in the day. So not quite doing that anymore. He's getting a little older, getting a little more injured, but he's still got it in him. Like I love AJ.
Yeah, he's such a cool dude. Yeah, it's super fun to talk to as well. Sad he didn't pick up the big win.
Yeah, I know. I would have loved to see him become the CWE champion here, but alas, it will be for another day. We move on to the feature match of the show, featuring WWE star double Austin Aries is here, and he's facing off against the Omen Gabriel Lestadt. gives a speech before the match. He says he's traveled the world. And somebody in the crowd goes, "Wow."
I forgot about that. Just the Owen Wilson. Wow.
Somebody goes, "Wow," like very sarcastically, and I laughed so hard. He says it's his first time in Edmonton, and he hopes it's his last.
I feel that. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in Edmonton either.
And then he makes fun of Gabriel, makes fun of the crowd, calling us all ugly and shit. And then
wait, can I interject on this? He says you think he looks to Omen and he says you think you're a vampire, and then someone in the crowd says, "Oh no, he knows he is," and then he says, "Oh no, that's fitting because you got creature from the Black Lagoon there." You got a gargoyle there, and then he looks at some hairy dude in the crowd and he says, "Oh, you got a Sam Squatch over here."
if he would have just said Sam Squanch, it would have been perfection because he literally mixed up Sasquatch and Bubbles as Sam Squanch by calling him a Sam Squatch.
Yeah.
If he would have said Squanch, I would have. Oh,
it was super funny.
Oh,
sorry,
so
you can continue now.
No. So I only know what we chanted.
Yeah.
But Nathan yelled something at Austin Aries. And he said, "Did you say lick?"
And we all just started chanting.
He said lick.
He said lick.
Oh my god! And Nate just was having a blast with it, but he was just like,
yeah, he literally looked at us and then looked up at Austin and was like, "I guess I said lick."
So good. Aries does this like where he gets whipped into the corner and Gabe comes out, so he hops up and over him and rolls to the outside and takes a lap around the ring celebrating.
Yep, we love that.
So then Omen does the up and over out of the corner, and I yell, "Do a lap!" And he took a lap.
Yeah, and the crowd loved it.
They did. He although did high fives as he did a lap. Aries chopping Omen on the floor. I'm yelling, "Do it again!"
The sound of that chop. Like he chops Omen into next year with that. Like it was nasty.
Yeah, and then I say, "Do it again," and he goes to, but then just pokes him in the eye and then just stares at me, like giving me like a dirty look. So I'm not doing that again. He says like something like I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, I mean it's his choice.
But then they eventually go to do it again, and he does end up chopping the post.
Yeah.
Oh.
That is so brutal. Having that, like, if I ever screwed that up and I was in a match and I chopped the post, I feel like my hand would just crumble into dust.
I couldn't even imagine. I know how hard those posts will carry those. They're heavy. They're solid. They suck. Omen gets crushed up top, and Austin starts shaking the ropes while he's
the SmackDown versus Raw spot.
There's a spot where Aries slams him in headfirst in a corner, goes and does it again, and we count 2, and then he yells at us not to count, and then he does, and then Gabriel ends up on the apron, and then starts running Aries back and forth between the corner, and he does the full 10. Huge rolling forearm by Aries was sick, followed up with the last chancery, but Omen gets on the ropes. Yeah,
such a good submission.
Yeah, Aries gets the brass knucks, or Cam gets hit. The ref gets hit and just does the boom, Ric Flair, just
literally the timber spot where he just gets hit and then he stands there for a minute.
Boom, just face first into the mat. So good. This is where Austin Aries gets brass knucks or something. Pulls it out of his tights, hits him, puts it back in. I don't know who said it, but somebody says, "Oh, that's what that was," in his tights.
Oh no! I didn't even hear that.
It might have been Emma. I don't know, but somebody on our side of the crowd said, "Oh, that's what that was," and it was a female.
Someone has tunnel vision.
Might have been Don or a friend who were right in front of us, but like I
Yeah.
laughed so hard at that.
I'm
Um,
sad I missed that, but I'm so glad I heard it now.
Yeah, so Aries wakes the ref, but he only gets two. And then the end of it, Cam ends up shoving Austin Aries, and Gabriel gets a schoolboy for a suspiciously fast 3 count for the win.
Yeah, I was a little. This was a little concerning because, like, no offense, Cam refed every match tonight, and I give him his props for that. Knowing people that have had to ref every match on a show, that's a hard task. Uh, but I think he kind of let his temper out a little bit here. I think he just got a bit frustrated with how with how A Double was treating him, and took that opportunity to shove him. And he maybe on purpose, maybe unknowingly, shoved him into a schoolboy, and that's just kind of how it is. Unfortunately, Austin got robbed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We never even mentioned the stakes for this match because in his opening promo, A Double said, "Oh, let's make this interesting. If I win, you can't be in the Rumble to remember. But if you win, I can't be in the Rumble to remember."
Yeah, Gabriel wins, so Austin Aries is out of the Rumble to remember.
Yep.
A little sad about that, but
a little sad. He would have done a good job.
So yeah, we went to intermission, and that's when I ended up. I don't have it hanging here, but I got a Fale Dojo shirt.
Yeah,
that's huge because the dojo still exists, but it's now known as the New Japan New Zealand Dojo. It's no longer called the Fale Dojo. This was gear from when Kozina first went to New Zealand with Bad Luck Fale to help him start the school, or help him when he started the school early on.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got some Fale.
That is a piece of history you have.
Yeah, I don't have it with me at the moment, so I didn't get to put it up. But
you gotta hang it in the next episode for sure.
I will hang it. I will have it hanging at some point in the background of one of these shows. But yeah, Kozina was just being like nasty wrestler, nasty guy when he's in the ring.
He's a grinder.
I had probably a good 5 to 6 minute conversation with him during intermission, and we were talking about the Fale Dojo and stuff, and this might be talking out of turn, but I guess three of the guys from the Fale Dojo in the new year are going to be heading up to the main dojo in Japan.
Ooh, interesting.
More graduates, because you have Oscar Loibe and Yuto Nakashima, both guys who worked in the Fale Dojo system worked in the Fale Dojo for a while, or in the New Japan New Zealand Dojo for a while. They're now the tag team champions. Kazina said he's still in constant communication with Loibe and Nakashima, talking to them about stuff when they ask questions about what they were doing and everything, and just asking for advice when they need it. And it's just awesome to see that school is producing more and more cool people, and that 3 more are heading up. That's really dope to hear that. No, 3 more.
Yeah, that is super cool.
He didn't say who, so I don't know who, but he said 3 more are going up in the new year, which is awesome. Because in New Japan, the contracts are come up usually at the end of January every year, so the contract renewals are at the end of January. So you see that's where you kind of see the new faces.
That kind of makes sense because January is when Wrestle Kingdom happens. So
yes, that's why you see a lot of guys. Some guys leave after Wrestle Kingdom in the.
Oh, I gotta watch Wrestle Kingdom this year. This is isn't Wrestle Kingdom this year Tanahashi's retirement?
Yeah, we'll talk about this. We'll talk.
Okay. Yeah.
It's on a Sunday morning, so I think it's an absolutely perfect time to get up at midnight and watch some wrestling till 5 in the morning.
Yeah, I might be tempted. Yeah. We'll talk about it.
Oh, I am tempted. But we're gonna move on to the match after intermission, and it was a 6-person tag. Man, Steven Styles has never looked so trim.
I love how he just put his head on Robbie's body.
I didn't want to insult Robbie by putting Robbie's head on Steve's body, but I definitely put Steve's head on Robbie's body. Look at Steve's looking trim right here, man. He's looking
he's looking fit.
Yeah. So we have Steven Styles, the Tornado, Tony Kozina, and the headline Shawn Martins taking on the Canadian. Oh, yeah.
There's my little headline Shawn Martins pin. It's kind of backwards, but that is a Shawn Martins pin.
Oh, it's right way for me.
Oh, it
I can
was?
see it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I got a headline Shawn Martin's pin, and I got another person's pin at that show.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was.
I got another pin. I can't remember who the other pin was, but I got another pin. Oh, Jesse, Big Jesse Youngboy.
Jesse, it was a Jesse pin, yeah.
Yeah. And then taking on the Canadian Goose Kyle Shaw, Cat Von Hees, and the Lion Warrior Bobby Sharp. This is an interesting dynamic in this match.
Yeah, a little note on the entrance. So the heels all come out, and they're pretty much a united front, as it is, as united as they can be. And then the faces come out, Bobby, Cat, and Goose, who I have in my notes. I called them Animal Farm. They all came out, and Cat and Goose, they're pretty nice. They're clapping hands with the people. Bobby, he tries, he's nice when they're looking at him, but as soon as he turns around, he's doing the Lex Luger thing, where when they turn around, he's just kind of like, I kind of don't want to be here. He's just, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I didn't take a lot of this match. My notes, I have all Steve suck chant we did.
Yeah, that was a great all-timer chant.
That was a fun chant. Chop Master Bobby has to chop off. He calls himself the Chop Master. So he has to chop off with Steven Styles, with Bobby eventually dropping Steve with a hard chop to the chest.
Oh, yeah.
Goose got beat up for a while in this match. Cozina and Headline do the wishbone to Goose's legs.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. American Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Goose eventually fires up on Steven Styles. And they end up doing the double down clothesline. Cat comes in. She starts running wild on people. She hits a Samoan drop and the senton to Shawn Martin's.
And she drops the leg at some point.
She does. She does. Lots of brawling here. Shawn Martin's eventually takes out Goostafer, as we like to call him.
I love Goostafer. It's a great name. Shout out to Nate Nixon for coming up with Goostafer.
Yeah, but Cat does roll up Shawn Martin's for the win.
Big win.
And Goose is like out cold in the ring.
Yeah.
And Cat goes to check on him. So Bobby just drags her away. She's like, no. And he's very jealous for the Yeah. Yeah, it's
like he thinks the Cat has fallen for Goose, which no offense to Goose, but
no, he specifically says he likes you. He likes you, and he's taking her to the back.
Yeah, no, not like that.
Goose might like her. We don't know.
Yeah, but maybe you can't gauge romantic interest off of one 6-man tag.
That's true.
It's like why is it that whenever Bobby is in a CWE ring, he just gets really jealous about where Cat goes, but everywhere else he's like totally fine.
But it's CWE Bobby.
Yeah, no, it's just got to be something about Bobby in a CWE ring that just makes him a real jealous husband.
Yeah. Move on. Main event of the show is the Rumble to Remember.
Big fight feel.
Winner gets a shot at the CWE Championship at the next Edmonton show
in February.
Yeah, February 21st. Saturday, February 21st. Yep.
Absolutely. So we're going to play this similar to how we did the Revolution Rumble, where I'm going to read the entrances. We're going to chime in whenever a cool spot happens, and Andre's going to cover the eliminations.
Yes.
So we open up with entrant number 1. It is our oil baron, Crude Oil Cody, back. He comes in, and this is the only time on the show we get his awesome the only thing they fear is you doom music. God, I love it as a wrestling song. It just fits. Number 2 is Ronnie Attitude. He is coming out. He's got all of his cockiness as he does, and they get into the ring. First 2 competitors, and they start beating into each other. I think at one point during this opening sequence, Cody spears himself into the post.
He does. That's my note right there. You took my note there. Damn it.
Yeah. But it looked brutal. Like he ran real fast into that post. It was. But after that, we get number 3. It's Hotshot Danny Duggan.
But
Thankfully, with a significantly faster entrance this time.
Yeah, he came out real quick, got in that ring, and got out right just as quick as Cody Mack took him and just hucked him right back out the ring over the top rope.
That was such a feel-good moment. After all the stuff he puts us through, like the 5-minute entrances, he comes in and he immediately gets eliminated and he has to leave. Great. And there's a bit more, jostling between Ronnie and Cody. And then until we get number 4, it's our crazy mofo, Kaze.
Here he is. Rock him like a hurricane.
Absolutely.
You gotta sing it off tune so we don't get flagged.
No copyright strike.
Yeah.
Or just say it. Don't sing it. Just say it.
Here I am. Rock you like a hurricane.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta do your best Shatner, right?
Yeah, he gets in the ring, and him and Cody, take turns beating on Ronnie Attitude for a while until we get number 5 in today's headlines. It is headline Sean Martin's, and I think at this point, Ronnie Attitude starts his story for this Rumble, where he just hides on the stairs and on the apron outside for most of this contest.
The best spot, Ronnie was down on the bottom step, kneeling with his feet about that much off the bottom.
Yeah, an inch away.
Like Cam was checking it. Cam was legit checking him.
As he should. Because if you accidentally put your feet down, then you're gone. That's just it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bit of...
Well, it was great. It was great because then Sean got double teamed by the Gas City Grapplers. It was great. Ronnie didn't want any of that.
Yeah, no, he didn't want any of that. And then we eventually get number 6. It's Tornado Tony Kazina. He gets in there and he starts. He and Sean just tagged. So they've got a pretty good chemistry. They do a bit of fighting with the Gas City Grapplers. Till we eventually get number 7. It's the pissed off Pitbull, Robbie Royce.
No, now he's the neutered Pitbull, Robbie.
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, the neutered Pitbull, Robbie Royce. Currently not approved by 123approved.ca, but it is what it is. He gets in there. Do I have anything?
I got spot.
Yeah, go ahead.
Big spinning scoop slam by Mac to Robbie here.
Yeah, have that as well. The Randy Orton patented spinning slam.
Yep.
We get a bit more fighting, and then we get number 8. It is the Crusher, AJ Sanchez. Big man gets in there, and yes. Big man gets in, and then we immediately get a big string of eliminations.
Yeah, so we get the Dusty Punches with the Bionic Wing by AJ Sanchez to Sean Martin, sending with the Bionic Wing, hitting with the Bionic Wing, and Martins goes over the top rope for the Bionic Wing.
Yes, the physics breaking spot where he hits down with the elbow, and it somehow causes Sean to go over the top rope.
It worked. AJ then eventually gets a hold of Tony Kazina and throws him out, but then Cody Mack comes up and dumps AJ Sanchez over the top, and this is where Danny Duggan comes out, runs out, and dumps Cody Mack over, and then hightails it back out of there.
Boo!
Yeah,
it's my biggest pet peeve with Rumbles. It always angers me, but that means it's just a well-conceived trope. It is what it is. So after that set of eliminations, we get number 9. It's your friend and mine, RCW International Tag Team Champion, Scotty Ace.
Yeah.
He immediately throws off the jacket and throws it in the middle of the entranceway. So I'm just like, well, it's not his hat, so I should be able to move that. And I just pull it off away to the side.
I think it's hanging in your closet now, right?
No, it's not. I gave it to him.
I know.
Yeah, so Scotty gets in there, and he actually does a pretty good job. He has a couple of good spots with the guys in there. And we eventually get number 10. It's old Gustafer. It's the Canadian Goose Gal Shaw. And is it at this point, or was it at the match before where he gave you his Ula Feathera?
Oh no, that was the match before he gave you his Ula Feathera.
Yeah, so you were wearing the Ula Feathera for the rest of the show after that point, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Maybe it was this one. No, it was earlier, I think.
It was in the previous match.
Yeah, it was in the previous match because it went right into that and then get back to this. Yeah, I had the Ula Feather on most of the time, yeah.
Yeah. Scotty, I have a note here. Scotty gets lariated at this point. I forget by who.
It's by the next guy that came in.
Oh, it is by the next guy. My bad. Number 11 comes out, and it's old school violence himself, Steven Styles.
Who attacks his tag team partner?
Yeah, he attacks his tag team partner. He lariats poor Scotty Ace nearly out of his cowboy boots. And I'm like, bruh, I know different promotion, but you're a tag team, damn it. So that was a little annoying, but it is what it is. But it was a great lariat, all things considered. Like, honestly, top tier performance by Styles on that one lariat. We get number 12 after that big lariat. It's Big Jesse Youngblood.
And he gets Styles and he tosses him over the top rope to eliminate Steven Styles.
Yeah, he's really happy about that. We get a bit more action, and then we get number 13. It's Kat Von Hees.
Yeah, so she ends up in, and then her and Goose team up to toss Scotty Ace over the top rope. And then Ronnie Attitude end up back in the ring, and he gets tossed out by Big Jesse Youngblood.
Yeah. Good performance by Ronnie and good performance by Scotty as well, both lasting a relatively long time. Ronnie was there since number 2, and a lot of that was spent on the apron, he was doing the road dog where he was just like holding the bottom rope, making sure he wasn't going to be eliminated. And honestly, that was really smart play by him. Good for you, Ronnie.
But was it because it didn't help him win? So it's not that great.
Well, it didn't, but it did help him last a decent amount of time. I got to give him some props.
But if he would have been in the match teaming up with people, maybe he would have created more alliances and stayed in the match longer.
Yeah, maybe. We get number 14. It is the Lion Warrior, Bobby Sharp. And he gets in the ring. And what does he do, Andre?
He immediately attacks our boy Goose. So my notes say Bobby immediately attacks the Goosebumps.
Yes. The Goosebumps.
I don't know why it autocorrected that, but it did.
Watcher beware, you're in for a scare.
So he attacks him immediately out of jealousy. Bobby then takes Goose, tosses him over the top for the elimination.
Yeah, and there goes Goose, unfortunately. And Kat kind of like looks at him and is like, okay, like, seriously, what the hell? And then Bobby's like, well, did you just see that he likes you? He was teaming with you. He likes you. Come on. We get number 15 at this point, and it's one of our favorite RCW women's, Double V, Vicky Vicious, gets in there. And one of my favorite spots of this entire Rumble, she gets in, she does a little bit of fighting with one person.
Well, and then she tries to eliminate Bobby.
Which, good for her.
And then, but Kat stops her, and this is where she starts fighting with Kat. And Kat tosses her over the top.
Yeah.
Tell the spot here.
No, that isn't quite yet because
no, but talk about what the sound.
So Kat grabs Vicky and prevents her from eliminating Bobby. Vicky turns around and she pulls this. She does. She's just,
and then she gets tossed over the top, and she squeals again as she's like hanging on to Kat, trying not to be eliminated while she's dangling on the outside.
Funny. It was so funny. Oh God, I love Vicky, bless her.
And then during all this,
we get number 16 getting in the ring. It's your CWE champion, chiseled Chad Daniels.
Like the rest of our crew said, why he's the champion? How does he get a shot at himself?
Well, okay, here's my thought on the situation. And I did mention this, and I think it placated a lot of people's anger. If he wins the Rumble, he doesn't have a contender at the next show.
So he gets a night off, and we don't get
Essentially.
I don't like that.
And I feel like Chad would absolutely do a bit more work tonight to get a night off 3 months from now. That sounds like something he would do.
That sounds so dumb. Chad comes in, immediately goes after Kat and Vicky and dumps Kat over, who lands on Vicky on the apron. They both tumble to the floor.
That's 2 for Chad.
That's 2 for Chad. Chad then goes at Jesse, goes and tosses him over the top for the elimination.
Yep. So Chad already immediately throwing out 3 people. immediately taking the record of the win of the most eliminations in this Rumble in like 30 seconds. So good for him.
I'm
And
just
then
gonna
we
do a big reveal at the end, man. Jeez.
no, there's more eliminations to come.
Yeah,
It's
but I was gonna do a
fine.
big number reveal at the end.
Okay, well you can do the number reveal. It's fine. And then we get the final entrant, 17, which it's a little weird number, but you work with what you have. Number 17, final entry in the Rumble to remember. It's the Omen Gabriel Lestadt. And he immediately gets in. And do I have anything else?
Before
You go ahead.
Yeah, Omen goes that takes out Robbie, tosses him over the top for the elimination.
Yep.
Gabriel fighting with Bobby and Chad, and him and kind of Kamikaze are kind of working together a little bit, which is
bit of Brothers in Flight.
The Brothers in Flight history from way back in the day.
Yeah.
If you believe that Eclipse, that Gabriel might have been under the mask of Eclipse, but that's only a rumor. It's only a rumor.
It's only a theory. And this is the final four of this Rumble, by the way, is Omen, Bobby Sharp, Kamikaze, and chiseled Chad Daniels.
So Gabriel tries to eliminate Bobby, but Chad grabs Gabriel, and Bobby ends up pulling the rope down, and Chad tosses Gabriel over the top for another elimination. And then Bobby gets kind of sent over the top at one point. He's on the apron. He's holding Cam, and then Chad runs at them, but Cam dodges out of the way. He hits Bobby, sending him off the apron to the floor. Bobby gets eliminated here.
We get our final two, Cam and Chad.
They fight for a little bit. Chad ends up tossing Cam over the top rope, but he does to skin the cat, holds on, and as Chad starts to celebrate, but the music doesn't play, turns around, so he comes back at Cam. Cam pulls his legs up, grab head scissors, taking Chad over the top to eliminate the CWE champion. And Kamikaze is your winner, and he will get a shot in February.
Yeah, that was great. Cam gets his win on the Rumble to Remember tour, and he gets his big title shot in February. So that'll be a fun match to see. I don't think we've seen. I think the last time Cam and Chad fought was around the time I think Cam had the title and he dropped it, like 9 months ago.
I'm not sure. Tell you the truth.
I'm not sure. I forgot who had the title before Chad.
Mentalo.
It was Mentalo. Sorry, he won it off of Mentalo. My bad. So this is Cam's.
You're thinking of Cam's it's like the middleweight championship or something like that.
Yeah, the mid card belt. Yeah.
Yeah, the middleweight championship. I think it's the middleweight championship. I couldn't. I can't remember.
But no, this is Cam's first shot at the CWE World Title, which is cool.
Yeah. As far as we know, anyways.
Well, yeah, I mean, in Edmonton, I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a really well done Rumble. A fun little Rumble.
Yeah, it was well done, yeah.
Getting a couple surprises in there with Scotty Ace in there and Vicky Vicious in there. Really kind of cool. Really fun little Rumble to watch.
Yeah, it was definitely a considerable amount shorter than the Revolution Rumble. Definitely had a bit less drama because of that, but
well, again, you're like 60-second intervals versus 90-second intervals, 17 people versus 30 people.
Yeah.
Again, it's a little very different kinds of Rumbles, but both were really fun and great.
Both were absolutely very fun, yeah.
Both are very fun. Both are very great in their own different ways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very cool. It was a very, very good show.
But we have now come to a little spot that we like to call out our match of the night. My friend, what would you like to nominate as your match of the night?
I had a bit of trouble coming up with what I thought was going to be my match of the night. There were a few choices, but I think at the end of the day, I have to give my match of the night to, surprisingly enough, the CWE title match. It was really close between that, the Rumble, and the Cody and Cam tag match. All three great matches, but I think I had the most fun and I had the most enjoyment in writing notes in this match because you don't get to see AJ nearly enough. I love how he moves. I love his athleticism for being such a big guy. He's kind of like walking proof that maybe I could, if I wanted to try wrestling one day, I could probably give it a shot. Yeah, no, it was a really fun match, especially those moments where Chad basically bounced off of AJ. Those were like my spots of the entire night. So that's my match of the night. What about you, Andre?
I've got to go with the feature match of the show, Austin Aries
Really
versus. Yeah,
nice.
I had so much fun with this match. The chance we had, the match itself was solid as hell. I thought these two, the way they gelled in the ring was absolutely tremendous. I really enjoyed this match. And again, it's a double. Uh, like the like my biggest draw factor for me on the show is a double. Like I was super,
Mhm.
I was excited to see this dude. I've been a fan of this guy since his days in ROH and early
Yeah.
Impact when he was there as Austin Starr and stuff. And then he
Oh
returned as
my
Austin
god, that,
Aries.
that gimmick. Uh
I love them so much, and both guys worked so well in this match.
oh yeah.
Everything was solid. Everything was pretty crisp and solid. Got to see a last chancery, that rolling forearm that he does.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't care for that finish, but
Yeah.
the mat. It just this is the biggest memory I have from this show, so I got to give it to this one. I got even though I
You-
with a very close second is the CWE Championship match because my boy AJ
Nice.
Styles.
Yep.
But it just this was the thing I wanted to see more than anything
I feel
was
that.
so
That
this is
makes
my match.
sense as someone who bought his book, so it makes
I
sense.
I did buy his book, so I will be reading that. And he signed it for me. It was very nice. It was very nice
Yeah,
to
he
be
was
able to
very
read.
nice about it. It was very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, did great matches. Nice. That
But
was significantly shorter than the LPW show. Great.
yeah, by a long shot. But we have come to the end of another episode of the Pop Spot. Before we go, we're gonna let you know where you can find us, my boy. Where can they find you?
Yep, absolutely. You can find me on the Blue Sky at awscomedy.bluesky.social. You can find me on the Instagrams at awscomedyeg. And if you want to watch me, Andreas, and my best friend, well, my former best friend, Malcolm. That's a little inside joke right there. He's still great. You can check us out reviewing episodes of Power Rangers on the Morphomania podcast at youtube.com/at humanoidfreak2515. And
To that statement, I want to say, go check that podcast out with Adam and his true best friend, Malcolm.
oh, aren't you so nice? What says spoken like a I won
Winner?
best
Like
friend
a winner?
privileges on a game show type thing. And I'll give a quick shout out to the Grindstone Theater, as always. One of my favorite places in the city. A great burgeoning art space for young up and coming and emerging artists of all sorts: improv, drag, burlesque, comedy, stand up, all sorts of fun shows there. I'd like to give a shout out to Ham Presents SketchUp. Will be a very fun sketch comedy show featuring some really cool people like Andy Cookson, and a couple of fun people that do really good sketch comedy in the city. That'll be going on, I believe it's December 5th at 7 p.m. at the Grindstone. So if you're free, go ahead. Check it out. Tell them your boy AWS sent you. And if you have the chance to throw some scratch at a space that needs to keep the lights on, you can check out the donation link down there. Donate as much or as little as you can. Trust me, any amount helps. We all appreciate it. That's enough out of me. Where can they find you, my friend?
You can find me on the X and Blue Sky at That Canada Guy, Instagram and Threads at That Canada Dude. You can find me over on our local establishment where you find me doing the point of view every Sunday. And then whenever we do a Marvel Talk, I do Marvel Talk over there. So you can check me out on our local establishment on YouTube and Twitch. You can also find them on all the other socials, either at OLE Podcast or at our local establishment. You can also, but you mainly find me right here at Backbreaker Video, where we do the Pop Spot. You got to give a shout out to our boy Mike, the ref, for all the great stuff he's doing right here. 2 nights in a row, he did Wednesday and Thursday night for his Dynamite and then Collision watch along. So that's why we can drop a show on Saturday.
Oh, I didn't know that Collision was on Thursday. That makes sense now.
The big reveal. But yeah, you can check all the other great wrestling content along with the watch alongs that he does over on youtube.com/@backbreaker video. But if you want to see lots of live content from Mike, go over to twitch.tv/Mike the Referee. You can see him doing his AEW watch alongs live live there as well as YouTube. You can see him doing that on Twitch every Wednesday, Saturday, on the pay-per-views, and on Thursdays when Collision does Thursdays. You can also find him playing video games over at twitch.tv/MikeTheRef for all the great video game content that he does. Check that out. If you want to see that video game content in replay, go to youtube.com /backbreaker_gaming. You can find all the great gaming content he has there, new stuff, old stuff, all the great stuff there. So check that out. And if you want to go into the archives right here on Backbreaker Video, I highly recommend, and I say this every show, it's my favorite match on that archive. Michael Richard Blaze versus Giselle Shaw with me ring announcing.
Banger match.
But one more shout out to our friends over at CWE. You can go to cwecanada.ca to check out all the great stuff and check the dates for all their upcoming shows. And you can go to cwetickets.com to get tickets to all the great events that they are putting out.
Can I get a pop for that?
Pop, pop, pop.
Pop, pop. And with that, we've come to the end of another rip-roaring edition of the Pop Spot. This has been my friend Andre C. I have been AWS. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe to Backbreaker Media because we deserve it. And so does Mike. Mike absolutely deserves it. And until next time, stay poppin'. Bye-bye.